Well, hello everybody, welcome back. Jiujitsu2000 here today. I'm back and I've got an interesting video for you. Today we are going to take a look at the Olight Warrior X. I'm going to do an unboxing on this flashlight. I'm also going to review this flashlight, and I'm going to put this flashlight through the most extreme, the most rigorous testing that I've ever put any flashlight through in the history of me having my YouTube channel. This is the X. This is the 10th year anniversary of the Warrior series flashlight. It says redefine the tactical flashlight. Now this has a throw of 560 meters with a maximum output of 2,000 lumens. Hey buddy, my dog here. Now it says that it's the world's first in a couple of things. It says the world's first tactical flashlight that reaches a 2,000 lumen output, 560 meter throw, and 2 meter drop test rated, packed all into one light. That's crazy. 2 meters is like 6.5 feet, and it's also IPX8, this light. It says the world's first flashlight that lets you know the battery power level at any point without seeing it. And it also has a third bullet here that says the world's first flashlight that connects to a remote pressure switch magnetically. Wow, that's crazy. And this is a magnetic rechargeable tactical flashlight. That's the side in which I just read to you guys. Basically, the side of the box here says the same stuff. On the bottom it says that there is a 5-year quality promise from Olight. Now Olight has done a lot of fantastic things with their flashlights. As the Warrior X is a powerful, revolutionary, rechargeable tactical flashlight with long beam distance performance. It uses a single high discharge 18650 lithium battery. Its output reaches 2,000 lumens and a max distance of 560 meters. 2,000 lumens out of a single 18650, folks. That is significant. And also 560 meters of throw. This thing's a thrower. Now if you want to kind of put that into perspective, just imagine 5 football fields, 500 yards. That's crazy. And then some. The Warrior X can be set for personalized choice of hunting and law enforcement. The Warrior X features a thick aluminum alloy body, including a 3mm tempered glass lens and a stainless steel blue bezel, crenulated bezel. With a revolutionary design, the Warrior X tail cap integrates the operation switch, charging port, and remote pressure magnetic port, all in the same place for simple manipulation. So 3 things that the tail cap does. That is just crazy. The Warrior X also features a vibration battery indicator, so you can always stay on top of battery life. With a rich assortment of compatible accessories, the Warrior X is here to meet the needs of any hardcore lifestyle. Now let's take a look at the features. The Warrior X produces a 2,000 lumen output with 560 meter throwing, allowing you to see even during heavy rain or foggy weather. The optimized design and the high standard materials selected allow it to be used in any harsh conditions. Vibrating powder indicator helps to alert if the battery is low. Almost a silent tail switch operation built for environments where stealth is key. Charged directly from the tail cap via the Olight MCC USB charging cable. That MCC is magnetic charging cable. That's crazy. So here are the specs of the flashlight. We have 2 modes of operation. We have low and high. Now they can kind of say that they sneak in a third operation, which is strobe. I'll talk about that a little later here in the video. But low is 300 lumens, and that lasts for 4 hours and 40 minutes. That's significant. That's 210 meters of throw, and the candela rating on low is 11,000. That's pretty significant. Then you bump up to high, 2,000 lumens for 1.5 minutes, and then it will drop down to 600 lumens for an additional 80 minutes. So that's over almost 1.5 hours actually. 560 meters of throw, 74,400 candela. Waterproof down to IPX8 2 meters, and also impact resistant down to 2 meters. The length is 142 millimeters or 5.59 inches, and the bezel diameter is 41 millimeters or 1.61 inches. The weight of the flashlight, including the battery, is 218 grams or 7.69 ounces. That's crazy. And it says the package contains the Warrior X with the battery, the USB magnetic charging cable, and the tactical grip ring, the TGR ring, a holster, and a user's manual. Now there are some optional accessories that you can get. You can get a red filter, a green filter, you can get the magnetic remote pressure switch, or the conventional flashlight mount to a Picatinny rail, or you can also get the magnetic flashlight mount. So this is pretty cool. So here is a look at the features that I read to you, as well as the specs that I read to you, and what I talked about, the accessories that are optional. And the first thing I want to mention is the really nice packaging that Olight has done. This is a magnetic box. That's kind of cool, kind of a cool touch that they put here. So they sink magnets in there, and I'm really, I think that's just too cool. Now you open this up and it says Warrior X, change the way you use a tactical flashlight, it says Olight. And then right here, the first thing you see is a card. It says congratulations on your new Olight Warrior X. Before first use, unscrew the tail cap and take off the insulation film. Now they ship these with the insulation film that stops the continuity between the battery and the switch, so that these don't turn on in shipping. They don't want, these flashlights produce heat, and they don't want to have any kind of fire danger or anything like that. Plus they don't want to send it to you with a battery that's dead. Now it says if you're using this flashlight for self-defense or need quick access to strobe mode for a better tactical experience, switch to the enhanced tactical operation mode before use. And then right here it's basically telling you how to do it. I'll talk about that. And it's showing you how to change from tactical mode to normal mode. So that's basically all that card says. Okay, now underneath the card you can see thank you right there from Olight, thank you. And that's pretty cool. This is the owner's manual. This is all the information that you'll need to know about the flashlight. This has the specs. It also has how to change modes, and it's very simple. It tells you how to charge it. Pretty simple, very self-explanatory. This is a pretty common sense kind of flashlight. There's not a lot to it, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying it's a very simple flashlight, easy to operate, easy to use. So the next thing that you see here is the flashlight itself, along with a very nice case. So let's take the flashlight out. We'll set that aside for just a second. And let's take a look at this case. This is a nice polyester / nylon kind of case. Got a Velcro enclosure on the top, got an open bottom, got a couple nylon straps on the back. So it's a pretty nice case. I like it because it has kind of a hard feel to it. You can orient the flashlight 2 ways. You can put it bezel down like that, or you can put it upside down. As long as you have this on, that'll prevent the light from falling through the bottom, and then you can have it with the lens up. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool idea, but it won't do it without this. Now, as far as the flashlight is concerned, let's take a first look at that flashlight. That's a beautiful light. Just the way they built that stainless steel blue accented bezel ring is kind of cool. There is the 3mm thick tempered glass. That's a smooth reflector. It's got the LED inside. This is definitely a thrower. again, there's this site that says Olight. There's a battery indicator underneath the pocket clip that tells you the orientation of the battery. And then it also has the very nice Warrior X logo on the side. There are the heating dissipation vents, and it tells you warning, hot surface right there. So that's pretty cool. Very nice looking flashlight. Pocket clip, and you can also tie a lanyard to this little hole right here. We'll take the tail cap off, and we will remove the insulation film. It's going to be that little yellow card, just like that. So now we'll set that tail cap switch down for a second, and we'll take the battery out and take a look at the battery. So right here we have a 18650 running at 3000 milliamp hour, and it's a lithium ion rechargeable battery. Ultra high drain device battery, high discharging current, so that's a pretty nice battery there. You got the positive here on the top, and you have the flat negative there on the bottom. So that basically goes inside the flashlight with the positive facing outward. And if you get confused again, just look underneath that belt clip there and you'll see the battery orientation indicator there. So it's telling you that the battery goes in this manner here. So from here, you just screw on the tail cap switch, and I want to make note of this O-ring right here. You can see that O-ring right there underneath my fingers. That is what creates the IPX8 waterproof rating. And underneath the tail cap here, there's a smooth area that when you shut this and you thread this down, that tail cap goes over that O-ring and smashes it down, and that's what creates your waterproofness of this flashlight, that IPX8 rating. Now in the package, you can also see right here, there's this little box, and it has the charging cable, magnetic charging cable in it. So let's open that up and take a look at that. And there's a look at the charging cable. Magnetic charging cable. So you have USB 2 on this side, and then the magnetic port right here. This will orient itself to the flashlight naturally. You cannot do it incorrectly. It knows exactly where to go. Even if you try to flip it upside down, it'll flip itself around, and it puts itself on there. When you plug this into your solar panel, your battery bank, your wall outlet, anything like that, your vehicle, this little clear plastic part will turn red when it's charging, and it'll turn green when charging is complete. So I thought that was a very nice charging option. And the magnetic switch that plugs in, that's an accessory that you can buy later, it also plugs in the same way right here. And from what I understand, that magnet is even stronger than this magnet. So that's pretty cool. I really like that. Right now I've got magnetic charging cable too. I got MCC2, and you might be wondering if this charging cable will work. You can see the little LED indicator in the center is green, but when I plug it onto the flashlight, that indicator will turn red when it's charging and green when it's finished. And that's the same exact thing that the original charging cable will do. I wanted to come back to the holster for a second, and I wanted to talk about this pouch on the side. This pouch on the side would be nice if you wanted to stick a smaller flashlight in there, like model S1A for example. It runs on a AA battery. So if you wanted a secondary, like a small little EDC light to piggyback on here, you could do that. It's a little tough getting it on there. Not too terribly hard, but it's a little bit of a pickle, but not bad. It does fit. Very nice. And then you'd have like a little piggyback flashlight. You don't have to worry about this flashlight coming on either, because this switch is kind of off of your hip here. It would be out of the way. So that's a nice little option. Another option that you could do with that little area is if you had a extra battery and you want to stick another battery in there for storage or something like that. Whoops. You could get another battery in there. So you have a secondary battery, and if you want to push it all the way down and kind of bury it, you can. So either option, whether you want another flashlight with you, something small, you know, or an extra battery. Those are some options for you. Some things to think about. Okay, I'm in the process of getting ready to put the belt clip back on the flashlight. I'm going to put the original tactical ring on the flashlight. So let's go ahead and find those corresponding parts. And we'll just kind of pop that ring right in there and let it go into that little hole there. Hopefully you can see that. And now you'll notice on this ring there is a notch cut out right here by my pinky. Okay, so that notch corresponds to this little bump that's created here by this O-ring. See, there's a little rise right there. So I need that notch to correspond to that. Otherwise this ring won't fit on there. Now I can put the tail cap switch back on and we will be ready to go. And we're back in the tactical type. I like that ring there. It's a little more aggressive, a little harder, and probably a little bit more protection because if you drop it, again, this is a 2-meter drop flashlight, so that's pretty significant. This is bedrock beneath my feet. This is like concrete. So this is really solid. This is going to really test this flashlight's ability to withstand being dropped. So let's check it. There's low. Whoops, that's actually high. There's low, there's high. So let's turn it on. It's on high. Make sure everything's nice and tight. Here, let's try that. 6 meters, or excuse me, 2 meters. Wow, crazy. That was a hell of a drop. Still on. Let's try it again. Bezel down. Boom. It even bounced. That's crazy. Still on. Let's go sideways like this. Boy, it did a backflip. But the light's on. Let's do it bezel down again. Above my head, straight down into bedrock. The light's still on. And one more time for good measure with the tail cap switch down. Above my head onto bedrock. Crazy. Right down there on bedrock. Pretty significant drops there. Now let's see, does it still work? Half press and hold. Momentary on. Let up and it goes off. Deep press, momentary. Works. Now half press and release to turn it on. 300 lumens. Now deep press, turn it on. Works good. Let's go to tactical mode. So it's turned on. Let's loosen this. This is really tight. I think I'm going to have to do it the old way. So I'm going to loosen it, push it, and then tighten it. Okay, so now everything's momentary. Let's go for the first half press. This is going to be 2000 lumens, and then we'll see the full press, which will be the strobe. But all this is momentary. I'm just pushing with my thumb, and then there's the strobe. So that is a solid flashlight, folks. Take a look at the damage. I mean, I dropped the crap out of this thing, and I did more than what it's supposed to do. No doubt about it. A lot of damage. It didn't break the glass or anything like that, but it definitely scuffed up that bezel, things like that. And this is the part of the test that I hate doing. I don't like doing these impact tests. This is a beautiful flashlight, $130 flashlight, and I really don't like to be throwing it around. But as a reviewer, I'm here to show you guys how solid this unit is, and it does hold up. It's crazy. I have a figure of 8 on a bite tied around this ring with some 550 paracord, and we're gonna take this light and we're gonna go swimming. So let's see what it does. All the way down in the water. Now remember, when it's on tactical mode, everything is momentary. So I'll have momentary 2000 and momentary strobe. So let's loosen this up, push the button, tighten it up. Okay, let's see. Make sure everything's nice and tight. Let's go 2000 lumens and strobe. Now the light's gonna be off, but I'm gonna throw this baby way out there in the water. There it goes, all the way out in the water. Now this thing's rated to IPX8 at 2 meters, which is about 6 something feet, so we're far exceeding that. Impact resistant as well. Look at that. It's pretty crazy. So now let's take a look and see what we have. I'm going to try 2000 lumens and then I'm going to try strobe. 2000 lumens works. Strobe works. Wow. This flashlight is a beast. Let's change modes back to standard mode. Okay, so let's do a momentary 300. Let's do a momentary 2000. Wow. Warrior X, hands down. Wow. Let's take a look at that. That is definitely some significant damage to that flashlight. Now, does it work? Hello. They see a YouTube video being filmed in progress. Now let's check the momentary. Everything's loose. Let me try it again. There's momentary. Let's turn it on to 300. Let's go 2000. Turn on 2000. Wow. Now let's loosen the cap. Hold the button down. Turn the cap back on. And let's try the momentary 2000 and the momentary strobe. My dog's crying. That is a solid flashlight, without a doubt. It held up. Crazy. waterproof, impact. What more? Run it over? Yeah, let's try that. That thing's down in the dirt. Now let's see, how are we doing? Thing's loose. 2000 strobe. Let's loosen. Go back to normal operation. 300 momentary, 300 on. 2000 momentary, 2000 on. Folks, Warrior X, hands down, tough as nails, excellent flashlight. I'm so impressed. This belt clip's bent, so I'll have to bend that back, but if this ain't solid, I don't know what is. This is a excellent flashlight. So there's 300 lumens. You can see the cat on top of the trash can. There's another cat there. Over here, you can clearly see what's going on here. And now let's bump it up to 2000 lumens. You can definitely see a very clear picture of what's going on. That's got such a nice hot spot in the middle, and it has a good flood too, so this is a nice light. You can definitely see very clearly what's going on. Look at that cat there, and then again right there on top of the trash can on the one on the left. So that is on the 2000 lumen setting, but that's a little bit of distance. Let's try it on low again. So there's the low setting, 300 lumens and 2000 lumens. So it's pretty impressive here. Okay, so right now I'm looking down the street here. Let's kick on the 300 lumen setting. There we go. You can see quite a bit of a ways down there. You see the signs and things like that, so you can definitely see the reflection off the sign. There's a trash can. Now let's bump it up to 2000 lumens. See that car coming out? That's pretty bright. It's a pretty bright light. This is such a good thrower. I'm all done testing the Olight Warrior X, and here are my final thoughts. This is by far the most extreme testing that I've ever put any flashlight through in the history of me doing flashlight reviews on my YouTube channel. And I've got to tell you that the Warrior X held up to everything that I threw at it. Now, am I saying that this is the type of treatment that you should give your flashlight? No, I'm not. What I'm saying by doing this extreme testing is that in the worst case scenarios, as a product reviewer, that's what I'm trying to show. The worst things that can happen to a light, and is it going to hold up or not. That doesn't mean that you guys are going to need to be putting your flashlights through this kind of abuse. I'm just trying to show you that they can handle it, okay? Doesn't mean that you need to go out and do that. I'm blown away at how solid this light is. If you were to handle your light in a fashion like I did in this video, you're probably clearly going to void the warranty on it. So don't expect for Olight to be trying to reach out and replace something like this that you've abused clearly like I did in this video. This flashlight is phenomenal. Is it worth the money? I think so. You know, the only thing that I didn't do a lot of is drop it like directly on the lens, and there's no need to do that. It's common sense that glass will break. So I mean, I did drop it bezel down repeatedly, and the bezel protected the glass. So that's about all you need to see, really, you know, that it's falling down bezel first. So nice flashlight. I want to say thank you to Olight for sending this flashlight out for me to review and to put through rigorous testing. It's proven itself to me that it's a solid light. I hope that you guys got some good, useful information out of this video. Please feel free to check the description box down below. I will be putting links down there to where you can find this Warrior X. And also, please stay tuned to my channel because Olight is going to be doing a flash sale in the near future where they're going to be discounting this flashlight significantly, and I'll be doing a follow-up video talking about that upcoming sale. So stay tuned for that. And as always, I want to say thank you guys for stopping by and joining me on this video. I hope you got some good, useful information out of it. Please feel free to leave your comments down below. Like this video, share this video, and as always, have a beautiful day. And understand that us as product reviewers and us as YouTubers put a lot of work into these videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.